I'm Harry Goodfellow from Matthew Curtis Hair. I'm a hairstylist, and today I'm working with our lovely model Elaine, who's had a makeover. She's had all her makeup done, and now we're going to give her like a transformer look with her hair by putting some movement in her hair, and we're going to do something that she can actually do on herself at home. Right, so we're going to take the section at the back of the head and just clip that out of the way. It just makes it really easy to get the hair out of the way when you're going to be using the straighteners. Now we're going to take a comb. And again, small sections, as large as you feel you want to take, but the larger you take, the sort of more of the curl you get in the hair, the bigger the curl. The smaller, obviously, the tighter it'll be. And we're just going to take the straighteners in at the head, obviously trying not to burn yourself, giving it a nice twist, around and out. And that's just going to give us this kind of spiraled effect at the back. I'm going to do that again on the other side. In, round, not quite a full turn, but almost a full turn. We're just going to give us that lovely movement. And literally, we're going to repeat this process just up the head. Even if you are wearing your hair straight, you can still put a bit of movement in it. It doesn't have to be such a straight style. It doesn't have to be right down, very kind of ironed. You can sort of go in at the root. The closer you go at the root, the more sort of body you get. And then using the twist of the heat of the straighteners, basically, to twist the hair and just set it in with a bit more movement and round.
So should you put a product on your hair to
You can put an extra product in, yeah, you can. You can definitely use hairsprays, light hairsprays, nothing, again, too hard. You don't want it to be kind of, often you see people using hairspray on the hair, which is fine. And once you straighten it, you get quite a 2D effect. You still want to keep the kind of, the movement and the kind of texture in your hair. We are going to use some product after, but at the moment, your hair seems to be doing what we want it to, so that's all good.
I think it's the time of the year as well. You find that
That's
certain times of the year.
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes your hair's a bit flyaway. Sometimes it's got a bit more kind of hold to it, basically. Again, you can also be quite random with this. I mean, I'm doing this pretty kind of methodically the way I'm working up the head, but you can be really quite random and quite sort of loose with it. It doesn't have to be so set. But because I'm a hairdresser, you always want to do it nice and perfect. But on yourself, you can be kind of as loose and as free as you want.
So, in other words, leaving parts of it?
Yeah, you could leave parts of it out to get a bit of a tousled look. We're kind of going in and round, and it's all coming so the actual hair at the end will end up sort of sitting off the face.
Is it because of the length of the hair that works well, or if it was shorter hair, would it still work as well?
The length of the hair works well with this particular style. I mean, the common misconception is with shorter hair that you can't do anything else with it other than wear it sort of straight or just how it's been cut. That's not kind of true. You can always use heated appliances. If your hair's long enough, like yours is definitely long enough, you could stick some rollers in to get that body. The great thing about the straighteners is you can get different types of texture, different types of movement, and it's quick and easy. So now we've sort of worked up the head. We've left out the fringe for now. Any bits that you can see that you just kind of want to, little straight bits that you want to just flick and twist. I mean, you can be quite random with it and kind of, if there's any bits around the face that you kind of want to do, and just give it a bit of a twist, just give it a bit of interest. So when we do shake it out, you don't get like sort of straight bits that just look a bit like they're pinging out. Even if you just grab the ends of the hair and just give it a tight little curl. And then we'll come around to what's probably like a really important part of your hair, which is your fringe, because it's the bit that you see. Most of all, and it kind of frames your face. Same technique again, but less of a curl, more of just a smooth motion. So we're not going to try and go too set with the fringe at all. And again, any little bits that you need to sort of tweak, just give it a little tweak with the straighteners. And now we're going to dress it out and kind of make it look how we want it to. So what we're going to use a light product, something like a light hairspray. You could use a bit of serum as well to run through. We're not going to do that today on Elaine's hair because I quite like the texture and the kind of sort of rough movement we're going to have coming through it. So we're going to use a light hairspray. So what I'm going to do is get Elaine to pop her head back. What you'd probably do is pop your head forward, just because it's easier, because if you try and do that, it's all a bit weird. So, okay. Right, so if I get to pop your head back, and I'm going to get my hand, and what we're going to do now is just manipulate the curl. So we're going to shake it out, and as we're shaking, we're spraying into the hair. And what this does is means that you get even distribution throughout the curl, so you're not getting any kind of clumpy bits. The worst thing is to have clumpy bits of hairspray. So that's why it's really important to throw your head forward, or back in this case. but we're still keeping that defined curl, but we're just loosening it up a bit so it's not so kept. Now, Elaine, if I get you to pop your head forward, just like normal, that's it.
Oh, normal.
That's it. And now this is where we can kind of see where we've put the movement in. And if you want to just bring your hands through it and sort of pull out some of the curls and sort of work on that body. Brush now. You can use your fingers or you can use a brush and you can kind of just shape it to how you want it to look. So these bits come into the face quite nice and scooping round. Yeah, and that's kind of it. That's kind of like nice and simple, movement through the hair, shook out. You can go more glamorous, you can go more rough, but generally we've gone for like just a nice suited look to Elaine's look today. So it's kind of, yeah, kind of nice.